What's up, Fragrant family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm bringing you a tag video. That's right, I was tagging my boy Russell Mack over at Solomon's Vineyard. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description below. But what this is, I'm bringing you 5 overrated fragrances and 5 underrated fragrances. So if you want to check out these fragrances and see what they are, be sure and keep it right here. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, my name is Tyler. This is my channel, Simply Fragrances, where we talk about everything fragrance related. I mean, we're doing top 10 videos, we're doing tag videos, we're doing giveaways, we're doing reviews, everything in between. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and you will be part of the fragrance family, and we'll keep on growing. I do appreciate that. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for the love and support you have shown the channel. Guys, we're still growing. We're at 648. We keep on climbing, so let's keep this train moving. So like I said, this is going to be 5 overrated and 5 underrated fragrances. Now this is going to get some people in their feelings. Probably some people are going to feel a certain type of way because I said a fragrance is overrated. They're going to think, oh man, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he hates this fragrance. Guys, I don't hate these fragrances. That's why they're in my collection. So let's just get that out of the way. But I know someone in the comment section is going to be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. That's all cool. You can go do your own YouTube channel and tell me why I'm wrong. But this is my channel, so this is why they made the list. So let's go ahead and get into this. But first, guys, I want to show you something. You can kind of sort of see it. Picked up this t-shirt. Look how cool that is, guys. That's right, this is an old Powerline t-shirt from a Goofy movie. Obviously, if you're over the age of, I'd say like 35 or so, you might not care. And if you're under the age of, I'd say probably like 24-ish, you probably won't care. This came out in like mid-90s. This was a huge movie. I love this movie growing up as a kid. Saw this, had to pick it up. Boom, shout out to a Goofy movie. Now, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the overrated. So these, in my opinion, my humble opinion, are overrated, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the first one on the list I'm gonna start with, and again, I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance, but I think that Cedrat Boisé is a little overrated. Now here's why. When you open this up, this does get pretty often compared to Creed's Aventus, and it is in that same kind of ballpark. You're gonna get kind of a familiar smell with it, but on my skin, this to me, it's super sweet and super thick. Now everyone says this is so refreshing and you can wear it all year round. Honestly, from where I'm at in the southern Missouri region, this is just too thick to wear in the high heat and humid weather. This to me is reserved for more of like spring and fall time, maybe like the start of summer and the tail end of summer when it's not quite so humid. But honestly, this is just almost kind of annoyingly sweet off of my skin. I get like this kind of like lemon meringue pie dessert type of vibe from it. Again, it's not a bad smelling fragrance. It's a little too thick, a little too sweet off of my skin. I don't get really like the refreshing vibe that some of y'all might get off of it. I just get this really thick, heavy, sweet, just super thick type of fragrance. So in my humble opinion, I almost dropped that, wow, Cedrat Boisé, it's just a little overrated. All right, guys, so next on the list, I know this is gonna make some of y'all mad, but it is what it is. So the next one on the list, this is from the house of Dior, and hear me out, okay? Dior Homme Cologne. It is overrated for one reason and one reason only. Well, 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. The smell is fantastic. I love it. Very refreshing, very easy to wear. But the price point and the performance, they don't match up. I'm sorry, they really don't. If you're gonna spend for like a full bottle, you're gonna spend like $100 and something, over $100 for a full bottle of this, and you're maybe gonna get 3-ish, maybe 4 tops hours off of it, depending on skin chemistry. I know with me, I get honestly maybe 2.5 hours, and then I have to like reapply. And I really don't want to be spending that much money on a fragrance that's not going to last that long. And another reason why this is overrated, so I guess I lied. A third reason why this is overrated, you can get Jimmy Choo Man Ice literally 95% the same. Very refreshing, very easy to wear for literally a fraction of the cost. I picked this full bottle up, I think I spent 35 bucks, like nothing much at all, and it's a big booty bottle. This you're gonna spend anywhere from 65-ish, 70 bucks, somewhere in there for, you know, half that size. So in my humble opinion, this is a great smelling fragrance. Love it. It smells like a glass of fresh, just citrusy lemonade, and it's amazing on a hot summer day. But for the price point and performance, I'm choosing this all day long. That's just my own opinion. Take it or leave it. Okay guys, so this next one, I'm prepared to lose some subscribers off of this just because I know like how much people love this stuff, but it just doesn't work for me. It's just a little too loud, a little too thick. It's not very refreshing at all. I mean, it's a blue style fragrance, and I'm not the biggest blue fragrance lover as it is, but even my wife, she likes the blue style fragrances, and she doesn't care for this one. She just says that it's too thick, and I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I'm talking about Versace Dylan Blue. Is it a bad fragrance? No, it's not. It does smell nice. It does have a good scent behind it. But in the dry down for me, I literally feel like just sticky and sweet. Like it's almost kind of like Sea Drop Rosé for me. It just gives off this like thick, sticky sweetness to it. The ambroxan in here, it smells great, smells refreshing. The peppers in here, they smell great, but it's just the dry down for me. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, it lasts forever. Don't get me wrong. This is no slouch by any means. You're gonna get, you know, 10, 12, 14 hours probably, depending on skin chemistry. But for whatever reason, Versace Dylan Blue, it just doesn't go with my skin chemistry. I'm not the biggest blue style of, you know, fragrance lover anyways, but it doesn't work for me. I think it's a little overrated. It is what it is. Okay guys, so that brings us to the next one on the list, and this one for me, it's not that it smells bad. I quite like the smell, like I honestly do, but I just think that it's overhyped and it's overrated for what it really is. I've heard, you know, quite a few reviewers actually say that this is one of their all-time favorite barbershop fragrances, that this is the quintessential barbershop fragrance. But the ironic thing for me is it doesn't really smell like a barbershop to me. Like it doesn't. It vaguely reminds me of like shaving foam, kind of, but it kind of just smells like a cheap aftershave, in my own opinion. Take it for what it is. I'm talking about Barbershop from Authenticity Perfumes. Again, does it smell good? Yes, it does. Does it perform well? It does. Is it refreshing? Yes. But is it the quintessential barbershop fragrance? No, in my opinion, it is not. It doesn't really smell like a barbershop fragrance to me. It's more of like this fresh kind of aftershave. I forgot what the brand is. Maybe it's like Apps or something like that, but it has like mountains on it. At Walmart, you can get it for like $6. It kind of reminds me of that, like not gonna lie. It's fresh, it's clean, it's easy to wear, but it's just overhyped. Like, don't get me wrong, it smells decent. I love the juice color. It, you know, it reminds me of like the comb water that when you put your combs and stuff in there at the barbershop, kind of has that feel to it. But to me, it's just a little overhyped. I don't really get a barbershop smell off of it. It just kind of smells like cheap aftershave. I don't think it's really worth the price point, in my own opinion. I'm not dogging on the fragrance, I just think it's overhyped. Barbershop, Authenticity Perfumes, it's overhyped. All right, so the last one on the overhyped list, or overrated list, comes from the House of Creed, and this is their newest release to the House of Creed. I don't have a full bottle because I don't really want to pick up a full bottle. This is Creed Viking Cologne. This is a little sample I got. Corbin from Northwest sent that to me. Thank you so much, brother. Shout out to you. Me and Corbin actually have talked about this over Facebook and text, that some people are saying that this is like the greatest Creed. This is like their favorite Creed, that this is the quintessential Creed that you need to have in your collection. I think it kind of smells like toilet bowl cleaner, like in my opinion. Is it a bad fragrance? The opening, I don't care for at all. The dry down, it's okay. It really is okay. It smells decent. It kind of has that Creed Viking original DNA, but a little bit more fresh, a little bit more lemon, some citruses in there. The opening, however, it literally smells like lemon scented toilet bowl cleaner. That's just kind of my thoughts on it. I know that Justin from Stay Fresh Production, whenever he first reviewed this one, he kind of said something similar, and I can't really help but agree. I think this is a little overhyped, in my opinion, especially in the FragCom. When it first released, it was just getting all this praise, and everyone said, you gotta smell this, it's amazing, it's amazing. It's okay, in my opinion. I just think that it's overhyped. So that's it for the overhyped. Let's go ahead and get into the underrated. All right, guys, so first on the list, like I said, these are in no particular order, and I want to reiterate, just because I said these are overhyped and they don't work for me, I'm not saying that they're bad fragrances and that you don't need to try them. Sample everything, guys. I could say a fragrance, it doesn't work for me. That doesn't mean that I'm saying don't try it. So just because I said it's overrated, overhyped, whatever, doesn't mean you shouldn't try it. Let's get into the underrated. So the first one on the list, I don't know why this doesn't get talked about more. Like, this stuff is amazing. You can find this at Ross, TJ Maxx's, Burlington Coat Factory, any kind of rack stores. You can even find it at Fragrance X, FragranceNet.com, places like that, for around $20-25, guys. And Chrome United, so Azzaro Chrome United, guys, this stuff, it's so flipping good. It's so easy to wear. It's very fresh and clean. It does kind of have that original chrome DNA, but it's got some more sweetness to it, a little bit more citruses in there. It's got a kind of a woody facet to it. Wouldn't really put it in the realm of a blue fragrance, but I mean, it's blue-ish. It might put you in, the mindset of a blue style fragrance, but it's just so light and crisp and refreshing. My buddy Austin liked it so much, I gave him my bottle. He loves it. I bought another bottle. Guys, $25. You can't go wrong with it. If you haven't got your nose on this, you need to get your nose on it. Azzaro Chrome United. All right, so the next one on the list, I got 4 fragrances, but I'm putting it as all one entry, I guess, because they're from the same house. No one talks about this house besides me, and I don't know why. Like, this stuff is amazing. Cuba knows he talked about one of these in here one time. Other than that, it doesn't get any love, and I don't know why, guys, but the House of Mandarina Duck is amazing. So you could get Cool Black, you could get Black and White, you could get Mandarina Duck Black Extreme, or the original Mandarina Duck Black, and every single one of these it's amazing. They're amazing. They're super sweet. They're very versatile. They're good for all year round. Even the black one and the Black Extreme. The Black Extreme, maybe not for the high heat and the summertime, but it too has a freshness to it. But they're all gonna open up with this beautiful, fresh, bright mandarin orange. You got some woody notes in there. You got some vanilla, some tonka bean. They're just a great woody oriental citrus style fragrance, and no one talks about them, and they're hecka cheap, guys. $25 all day long. You can't go wrong with it. This stuff, man, you guys just need to get your nose on this. Seriously, any one of these. So I'm gonna show them again. Mandarin Duck Black and White, Cool Black, Mandarina Duck Black. You can see, I mean, I've used quite a bit of juice. I don't know if you can see it through the shadow or not. No, you can't. Oh, but I've used quite a bit of juice, except for this one. This one's discontinued, and so it's kind of harder to find. I think I paid like $50 for it. Very, very, very much worth it still. But all these guys, Mandarina Ducks, you need to get them in your collection. They're amazing. Alrighty, guys, so we are down to the last 3. Like I said, no particular order, but this one, I don't know why people don't put this in their list. Like, it makes a couple, don't get me wrong. Some people talk about it, but I feel like me and maybe Dave from Cali's Groom Room, really the only ones that, hype this up and talk about it. Guys, it's my favorite barbershop fragrance of all time. Love this stuff, guys. This is Gravitas Pour Homme. This stuff is criminally underrated, criminally underhyped. This stuff is amazing. Love this stuff. Even if it does make most people's barbershop list, like top 5, top 10s, whatever, it's towards the middle or even kind of towards the lower end, and I just don't understand why, guys. This stuff is super amazing. Opens up beautiful, bright, fresh citrus. You got some oak moss in there, ambergris, vanilla. Like, this stuff is just amazing. It is a little sweet, I will say that, so maybe doesn't do the best for the high heat and the high humid weather, but this stuff, guys, this is amazing. I love this stuff. Best barbershop fragrance, in my opinion, on the market. It has that old school vibe to it. You get the old barbershop fougere vibe to it with a modern twist with that citruses and the vanillas. It's amazing. I love it. So Gravitas Pour Homme, I definitely think is criminally underrated. All right, guys, this next one on the list, other than myself, I don't think I've seen this in a video within the last couple years. Like, even whenever I watched a review on this, it was from, I think, 3 years ago, and that was from Cuba Knows. Shout out to you, Cuba. But he was the last one that I saw review this. I haven't seen this in any top 10, top 5 videos. And what's crazy is everyone who has smelled it say, oh yeah, it's amazing, I love it. it just doesn't get talked about, guys. Coming from the house of Bond number 9, this is Chez Bond. I love this scent, adore this scent, guys. I don't know why no one talks about it, guys. This, to me, is one of the all-time best spring fragrances on the market. I prefer this to Green Irish Tweed, which is what it's kind of in the wheelhouse of. It does smell very similar to it, but this is more light, more fresh, a little bit more aromatic. It has this tea note in here that it's super relaxing. I love it. This stuff is absolutely amazing, and it's kind of a heavy hitter. It's like one of those sneaky strong fragrances. I wore this a couple months ago, and I wore it into the office to go do some paperwork, and like 5 people said that I smelled fantastic, and that was at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon after I had sprayed it on at like, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock that morning. Chez Bond by Bond number 9. Guys, this stuff is super, super underrated and underhyped, and we need to get this in more videos. This stuff is absolutely amazing. All right, guys, so we are down to the last fragrance. This is the last underrated, underhyped fragrance on the list. I love this stuff, guys. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm one of the hype men for it. Ironically enough, Ross just dropped a video on this exact fragrance today. But honestly, before me, I only saw maybe like, I think Ashton from Gent Sense, he talked about it a couple times, but no one really talks about it. I love this stuff, guys. This also comes from the house of Bond number 9, and this is Bleecker Street. I adore this fragrance, guys. This stuff is it's amazing. It is so flippin' amazing. You get this fresh blueberry citrus in the top with some warm spicy vanilla. You get kind of this oak bossy woody facet in the dry down with some vanilla and some cinnamon in here. There's a little tiny bit of patchouli, but it's not super like dirty or earthy or anything like that. Man, this stuff, it's just amazing. Ross was saying he gets violet off here. I'm honestly not too familiar with the note of violet, so maybe that's something that I need to train my nose on, but I mainly get, honestly, cinnamon, vanilla, oak moss, and blueberry, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Perfect all year round fragrance. It honestly even works in the high heat. You might not think it would with that cinnamon and vanilla and the oak moss and the woody tones to it, but there's just a freshness and a lightness to it, almost kind of a crispness in the opening to it. It's just amazing, guys. There's not really too much that smells like it. I think Ralph Lauren Purple, I'm not sure which one came first, but those two often get compared. So if you smell that one, you smell this one essentially, but I don't have that one. This one, however, though, it is absolutely amazing. It's criminally underrated in my opinion. Love this stuff. Signature scent worthy all day long in my opinion. Love it. Bond number 9, Bleecker Street. You guys got to get this stuff. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate that. If I stepped on any toes, I do apologize. Just really, guys, I want to reiterate, if I say that a fragrance is overrated, doesn't mean I'm saying it's a bad fragrance, or if a fragrance that doesn't necessarily work for me, I'm not saying don't try it. Sample everything, guys. Just because it doesn't work for me or anybody else, it could definitely work for you. So keep that in mind. I'm not dogging on any fragrances by any means. So again, now I got tags on people. So let's go ahead and get into this. So definitely gonna tag Dave over at Cali's Groom Room. I reached out to him. He said he was cool with it. So thank you so much, big bro. I appreciate that. If you haven't checked his channel out, I'm gonna leave a link to all the channels in the description of who I tagged. So Dave from Cali's Groom Room, you are tagged. Mr. John Murrell, you are tagged. I'm gonna tag Corbin over at Northwest. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate that. Don't forget to like the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This was my 5 overrated and 5 underrated. It's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'll catch you guys next time. And remember, if you love it, wear it.